And I'm here, MLG Anaheim Day 2 with Khaldor. Talk a little bit about GOM, a little bit about Heart of the Swarm. You're in charge of the GOM house now, right?
Yeah, exactly. They decided that like 2 weeks ago. And it's basically, it was really important that we have one person at the GOM house who can take care of things and who is also able to talk to the foreign community and just make sure that we get new players, that they know what exactly they can expect and what kind of things they have to bring with them. For example, the computers at the GOM house are good enough for playing, but if you want to stream as well, you should probably bring your own laptop. So that's just a few things that a lot of people in the past did not really know about, and it's just about communication.
So are there any funny stories of them not knowing how to do laundry and stuff?
Well, I guess, but usually if you don't know how to do the laundry, there's always someone around who can explain you how the washing machine and everything works. I think if you live together with a lot of people, there are always like funny stories, but nothing that I would spill out now.
You don't have to give us names.
No.
Just the story.
No names, no stories. I mean, I think there were enough videos released in the past of Desro doing his dance and everything, so that
we just did an interview with Desro yesterday. It got really good response.
I saw a little bit of it, like the first 5 minutes, and then I was so tired that I just went to bed. But yeah, you've been doing a few interviews yesterday, haven't you?
Yeah. So you played Heart of the Swarm already? How many hours?
I think we played for roughly an hour, maybe an hour and a half. They have this VIP area thingy, and it was really nice because we had some guys from Blizzard talk to us and go through it with some of the units as well. So it was really, really nice, and it's fun.
What'd you think of it?
Oh,
what's your favorite unit?
My favorite new unit? Well, if I was a Terran, I would love the Widow Mines. I'm a Zerg, so I hate them. Everything is a little bit imbalanced right now, but that's how it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
David Kim stated in the past that what they want to do is at first they make the units a lot stronger than they will be later on, because they want people to try the new strategies, try the new units, so that they have a little bit of data they can work with. And so those Widow Mines are like insanely strong right now. A couple of the other units are also, I mean, 22 range is something that might be changed in the future. I don't know, but it's fun to play. It's nice to experiment with the new units and just see how it feels now and what they did.
What race are you going to be? How does this one?
Same race as I'm now. I'm going to be a Zerg player.
You like the Swarm host?
The Swarm host is actually something that I'm a little bit like, I don't know. I don't really like the concept. For me, Zerg is like this race that has a ton of units. They are fast, and you try to overrun your opponent. You try to flank him. You try to set up multiple attacks at a time.
Old school Brood War.
Yeah, but still, it's just like, yeah, the Swarm host, you just place it down in front of your opponent's base, and it's supposed to slowly and steadily just spawn another one of these thingies and attack. It's like, it's weird. It's too stationary.
I think it should spawn more Swarm hosts.
Yeah, they are really strong right now, but... Well,
and then those spawn more.
That would actually be funny.
Going. Yeah. And then if they leave it unchecked, then you just have 100 supply of it, and you win.
That would be slightly imbalanced, but I think I would be okay with it.
So what do you think about all the players and all the imbalance complaints recently not just in Wings of Liberty? Because everyone seems to be an advocate of nerfing every other race, which is pretty hilarious considering it can't be that way.
I think there are a few things that they probably should work on, or that not balanced right now, but in my opinion, we won't have a balanced game until the last add-on is out. So the new add-on Heart of the Swarm, it will screw everything up. There will be new strategies. There will be new ways people use a unit that was already in Wings of Liberty, but now with the new units in Heart of the Swarm, they can be used in a different way. So until we have the last add-on, there will never be the chance of having the game perfectly balanced, because there's always another add-on looming in the future that will change everything.
I heard they might not add units for Legacy of the Void.
I actually would like that.
They might just change the abilities and stuff and not like make it too many new things.
I actually think that would be a good idea. You don't necessarily need new units. New abilities would be enough. But with the balance as it is right now, a lot of people complain about Zerg, especially with the GSTL, where Zerg has, I think now, a 22 record or something like this. 22 or 23 games in a row that they won.
Really?
Yeah. The thing is that what people don't realize is that we've seen teams like TSL, for example, they have most of their players are Zerg. The strongest players in the lineup currently are Zergs. So of course they will use the Zerg players and they will do well. And it happened with the other teams too. if we happen to see this next week with Prime playing, with Startel playing, and it's still like Zerg overrunning everything, then I'll agree. But right now, most of the good players that we had so far in the last GSTL matches that were not Zerg were like MVP, and he was, I don't want to say blind countered, but Symbol said after the game that he expected MVP to play mech on this map, so he immediately started to go for anti-mech strategy. So MVP he didn't kind of stand a chance after that. So that's something that I don't think that the race is too strong, but it's just how the teams currently work that played during those weeks. And of course, I mean, I don't know if you watched the games of Fnatic and Moon. Moon played so well. He was everywhere on the map. He really surprised me. So I can see why people are a little bit worried about Zerg right now, especially with the changes that we had. But I think it needs a little bit more time and to see what the other teams are going to do. I mean, Marine King 2 owed Symbol here at MLG, so can't be that bad.
And Sock beat DRG.
Yeah, I know. I was standing behind the soccer and he was just jumping up after he won and shouted, and it was great. It was nice to watch.
Did you get to watch any of the Pro League games?
I watched a few of them. But
what do you think?
I have the problem of not being a former Brood War player. Of course, I know Flash, I know Jaedong, I know all these players, and I watched Brood War in the past. But I was never really playing a lot of Brood War, so I'm not as excited, and I think that they are so overhyped right now. They will do very, very well in StarCraft, but as Flash also stated, they need time. It's not like they're going to start the game and the next GSL winner is going to be a former Brood War player. That's not going to happen. Or one of the gays who just...
Do you think they're gonna go for Code B qualifiers? Do you think they're going to be allowed to?
I think... Oh, I know for a fact that they are going to be allowed to.
Oh, nice.
But I don't think they're going to do it at first. I think they will start with the Pro League first, and then maybe a season after that start with GSL.
That's going to be exciting.
It just makes sense. I mean, I expect them to try to go for the GSL as well, because why wouldn't they? But right now, at the start, they will probably just focus on Pro League and try to get better, get a good hang on the game. We've seen it with other players that tried to switch that had great mechanics, a very good attitude towards practice, but they lack the understanding in the late game, transitions and the experience. And that's something they have to catch up. They have to kind of to make up for 2 years that they lost.
And do you think that the GSL players are going to try and qualify for OGN?
If they have the chance to, I definitely think they will.
They might not, though?
I can't see it happening in the first season. If I was OGN and I set up the league, I would want to have all these StarCraft 2 players in my league later on. But in the first season, if you open it for the StarCraft 2 stars, that would be free money.
Yeah.
So why would you do that? At first, give the Brood War players a chance to get really comfortable with the game, to get better, to fully transition. And then everything that they know and that they can do will kick in, like their training routine, which is still a lot better than the training routine of most StarCraft 2 players. But at first, they will have such a huge disadvantage that I don't see them do well in a league where you mix StarCraft 2 players with Brood War players.
That's going to be the exciting event, the first one that mixes them.
That's
going to
really
be
exciting.
Cool. And but do you think any StarCraft 1 teams, the Brood War teams, are going to snipe anyone? Pick up any players, maybe? Because they do have more money and better facilities right now. Like all the StarCraft 2 teams in Korea, they're not very well supported sponsor-wise. So do you think they might just scoop one up or something?
I don't see it happen with a lot of players, but they might, yeah. I mean, I'm obviously just guessing, so I don't really know.
I'm just guessing too, but I think that'll be interesting because...
It would help them, obviously, if you have like a really good StarCraft 2 player in your roster that can help the Brood War players to transition. That would help you a lot, but I don't know if it's really going to happen.
Like they hired a coach
from the Slayers team.
Yeah.
I mean, he just went back to Brood War kind of. He came from Brood War and then started to coach in StarCraft 2, but now, of course, he has the experience and he can help them to transition as well. Makes sense.
So you gonna guest cast some MLG games, or what's the deal?
Yeah, probably. I talked to them before when I knew I was coming to Anaheim. I talked to some of them and they were like, "Yeah, do you want to cast a game or two?" So I talked to them like half an hour ago, and I might cast a game with Husky later. We don't know yet. We have another interview coming up that Blizzard they gave us 2 of the slots for doing an interview later. So after that, I'll probably guest cast one or 2 games.
And so you're here for Blizzard to do Blizzard stuff. They're doing a much better job, like supporting and this WCS and all that kind of stuff. So hopefully, we'll see some really cool changes coming up. I can't wait for the beta.
Yep.
we're gonna have some beta key contests again if they have if the beta keys are limited, like last time.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see our contest last time?
I actually don't think I did. I was busy playing the beta.
Wow.
No,
we had
I didn't see it.
We had some funny contests where
I was still in Australia at that time.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you for taking your time talking to us, and you know, we'll catch up. We'll check your cast out when you do the guest cast, and you know, what's next on the horizon in Korea?
DreamHack next weekend, and then back to Korea, and of course GSTL is now priority. That's going to be really insane. I would never have thought that IM is out of the tournament already. That was really surprising to me, and I'm happy for TSL and Fnatic, but it's going to be very interesting to see how this GSTL season is going to develop. It's going to be insane.
All right.